So each and every day, you can keep on looking at that baggage, but you know that it just won't go away on its own. And there is a matter that needs to be addressed regarding just that baggage. You have carried it long enough, and it is high time that you put down that baggage and release yourself of a burden that you self-imposed on yourself. So welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. For some of you at these times, you might be having a suitcase seeming to be all packed up, and you can't find the strength to unpack it. And you know that you have to unpack it, but you can't find the strength to unpack it. And that, my friend, let me tell you, is just a sign that you know for sure, for real, that you're going to relocate, and that is why that suitcase isn't being unpacked. No matter how many times you have tried to reach out and try to unpack, all you do is look at the items inside the suitcase as if you're double checking to see if anything was missing. And you know probably that might be all that you will need. And that is why you end up packing it up same way again and putting it aside for next time. And you think, okay, I will do that later on. But that later just does not seem to have come yet. Why? Because you are supposed to relocate, and that is sort of a subconscious way to always remind you for what you are supposed to do each and every time you happen to forget. I mean, that really resonates, right? And that's nothing but the truth. You tried for so many years, way back before you knew being where you were was not where you were meant to be. But you allowed each and every year to just pass by hoping that things would change for the better, but it never did. Instead, it seemed to be getting worse and worse each and every passing time. And then with time, you lose track of your instincts and mindfulness and adapt it to the simulated version of you that just coped with what was around you. But is that really working for you? Is it really working out for you? Wasn't it just 2 years back you definitely knew that you had to get going? But then something happened and you said, let me step back and wait a little bit more and watch what will happen. But deep down, you still knew that you were just delaying yourself from doing the right thing. I mean, how many of your acquaintances are going to keep asking you, what is really keeping you there? I mean, what is really keeping you there? And you couldn't answer that because you knew deep down that there really was no reason to keep you remaining there. And probably the only reason was that you were so used to being comfortable repeating the toxic cycles that you were going through. And because that was what you were familiar with, you felt comfortable with it for years because it was not anything strange in your life. All your life, you have coped with all that drama and trauma, and you have made yourself accept that you can and will go on coping with that because you feel too tired to start a whole new chapter that could make your life much better and release you from the toxic cycles that were ending up like sort of an addiction to your body system. You know, there are people who are comfortable with experiencing toxic life because that is all that their bodies know throughout all their lives. When they get moments where there seems to be peace and no toxicity, they would start getting anxious and feel as if something was missing in their lives. And they feel as if they need to do something to create a toxic environment to feel as if everything was normal. But that is nothing other than just cheating themselves out of their blessings. They end up preferring the toxic to the blessing because the toxic was all that they were used to. Getting blessings, the thought of it making them anxious, thinking that they would not know how to cope with that situation because it was something new and they were not taught how to flourish in goodness. To say to that, they think they will fail and lose the goodness because all their lives they had been made to believe that they would always lose. So they needed to just accept the breadcrumbs that were given because that is all that they deserved. In a short video, I talked over how you need to be present and make the best of what you have. And that in the way that you just don't make the best of what you have, but also be hopeful to know that the more you appreciate the best, the more of the best is what you will be given as long as you keep being present, accepting and allowing. Mind you, we are saying, allowing and accepting that you deserve the best and ask of it from God, the Most High. And know that God will give you the best as long as you are positively and motivatively and consistently in alignment with knowing that the best is all that you will be given as long as you do the righteous deeds. And that, dear ones, is no secret. Anyone can do that. It is that you should always expect the best from God, and that is all that God will give you. And that hesitation you have over your suitcase is just because of the underlying knowing which God has implanted in you to keep reminding you of the instinct that you have always known all your life, and that with time people have tried to blind you from, so that they could keep you in check and in control over you for their own benefits. If you have not brought the relocation as yet into evolution, it's because you are still allowing yourself the benefit of doubt, so that you fill your pockets still with more unnecessary excuses to back up your staying. But you know the truth, and that is you need to relocate, period. And there is no but and but for that. You know what you have to do, and no one has to tell you that, because you just know exactly what you have to do that. God tried to bring forward people to confirm it, but each and every time, all you are doing is doubting yourself, and you know that is wrong. You know that it is wrong. It is what is good for you as well as those you love. It won't be easy relocating, but you need to make the first step to start making things, to start moving. You have allowed yourself to be talked into staying because you gave all petty reasons as to why they could be right. But, and a big but, what about your right? They are right, okay, let's say they are right, but what about your right? You don't doubt other people, but you allow other people to help make you doubt yourself. And that is not working for you. You know that for real. Whatever choice you make either will make you fail or pass. And you know what to do. You know what to do. And no one has to tell you that. And I hope that helps someone out there make a healthy choice about their lives and understand that it is your life you need to take responsibility of, and stop putting the responsibility of your life to be navigated by other people who don't have the best of your interest. So may God guide you to make the right choice. Amen. And so till next time, have a great day, and with much love, God bless.